Electronic cigarettes, aka vape, is a device that stimulates tobacco smoking. Okay, come on, I think we all know what a vape is. And let me remind you, the intended purpose of a vape was to provide smokers a less potent, less harmful alternative to consume nicotine. Smokers basically use vapes as a tool to quit smoking. Nowadays, nobody is using it for its intended purpose anymore. Everybody's using it for the wrong reasons. Vaping has been a trend for like 5 years. I can guarantee you that almost everyone in every first world country probably owns a Vuse or a Juul or an Elf bar. Literally, like, teenagers cannot go for 15 minutes without sucking on these stupid flavored USB sticks, bruh. Like, nah, people are not satisfied with natural air. They need flavored air instead. It's actually crazy. Like, it's not that hard to just
breathe air. You don't need a vape.
And I bet when you went outside today, you saw at least one person puffing on that Elvington. And people genuinely don't care. They will take a hit anywhere, either in the school bathroom, on the bus. Even during a school exam, people will still do it. Even you watching this video, you're probably a vapor. And if you are, come on man, what are you doing? How can you sit there knowing that you're sucking on your USB stick, bruh? Okay, let me chill for a little because I'm aware that vaping can be very addictive. And I got a friend and he literally needs that nick every day or he'll start going berserk if he doesn't get one. Even if this man is low on money, he'll still use that money to buy a vape. It's that bad. My friend is just another example of the millions of people around the world who are addicted to these flavored USB stick pens sucking, bro. Okay, I'm sorry, I meant addicted to vape. So with all that being said, it begs the question, what causes people to start vaping and how does one end up becoming addicted to these sticks? Well, there are a lot of reasons, but it's mostly peer pressure, am I right? All it takes is you having a friend who vapes or being in a group of vapers. Then they randomly offer you a hit. And of course you take the hit because your monkey brain was curious and couldn't handle the fear of missing out. Either ways, you took the hit and you kind of liked the taste of it. It also made you feel some kind of buzz. So of course you end up wanting more of it. So you wake up the next day and the first thing you do is to go outside to the vape shop. You buy your favorite flavor, either blueberry Faygo or the lemonade Elf bar. Now you instantly start sucking on that flavored USB stick. Oh my days, you've never tasted anything so good in your life. This flavored air is so tasty, plus an extra bonus with the buzz. Life couldn't get any better. The nicotine has clearly raised you up. You even start hitting the blinkers now. You're a pro at sucking on that pen. Congratulations. Now after 4 months of consistent vaping, you're at the point where you cannot go 10 minutes without a vape. You fiend for the hit of a nick. Your bank statement is all vape purchases and the normal pens don't even satisfy you enough. You want to go extreme. You want to inhale on that demon stuff. So you start going to shisha lounges. It's now a daily ritual for you. When you're in class, every 10 minutes, you tell your teacher that you need to go to the toilet to take a dump. But everybody knows that you're bullshitting because you're not going to the toilet to take a dump. You're going to the toilet to puff on that USB rainbow, raspberry, strawberry, Faygo 365. You're even at the stage where if you run out of vapes and you don't have money to buy one, you will start begging for other people's vapes just to get that important hit of the day. Oh nah, you can't miss that. Your whole life depends on sucking on that nicotine and it's hard for you to quit. You start to notice symptoms from vaping too much, like shortness of breath, coughing and chest pain. Yeah, you don't really care. The 10 blinkers is more important. We gotta get faded in this bit. So you vape your whole life away carefree of any consequences. This is basically the life of a vapor in a nutshell. Vapers always try to justify their vaping by saying it's healthy because it has fruits ingredients in it.
Are you skunked? Are you skunked?
That's the most stupidest statement I've ever heard in my life. There is no way in hell that even you believe in that. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but those so-called fruit flavors that they put in these vapes are actually synthetically manufactured chemical juices. The fruit is just a marketing technique to bait teenagers to think it's actually fruit. These things also contain heavy metals, pesticides, diacetyl, solvent carriers, alkaloids, the list goes on and on. Bruh, there could be recycled metals in these things for all you know. And of course, as a result of inhaling all these chemicals, you can potentially destroy your health. You will have difficulty breathing. Hell, even running a mile is a myth for you. You're running and your eyes are already looking more red than your average crackhead on the street. And your respiratory system is getting sturdy or something. And make no mistake, the chemicals and compounds you just absorbed in your system will definitely cook your lungs. And yet, despite all this evidence and all this medical advice saying don't put this garbage in your mouth, people will still smack on these pens like there's no tomorrow. No one seems to give a rat's about their health. It's like ignorance trumps any reason. And is it just me or vaping seems kinda sus? Like it seems like you're giving head to a stick.
Oh fuck!
Hey yo! Doesn't puffing that even throw you off? Just a little bit. It definitely did for me. That reason alone is enough for me to never vape, bruh. Since vapors are everywhere and around everyone, you've definitely encountered certain types of vapors. Like, can I hit your vape, bro? Guy.
Fuck up, you nasty bitch. I don't know how the fuck you jump in my son, you little nasty ass.
I swear we all know that one guy that keeps asking everyone constantly if they have a vape on them so that he can puff on that flavored Julius Caesar. And even if no one got a vape on them, big man will still keep asking. And if you do have a vape on you, never give it to him, because if you do, trust me, he will empty that shit, my guy. And you always got the campers who be camping in the school bathroom smacking the elf bars for hours, dog. I never liked those type of vapors because it never crosses their mind that the place they're camping at is a public bathroom. Let me say that again. It's a public bathroom, not a lounge. We're just trying to use the toilet. Ain't nobody want to see campers inhaling some raspberry fog that visually impairs and enter our systems. We don't have time for that nonsense. Do that somewhere else. It's kind of disrespectful. And speaking of disrespectful, you always encounter that vapor that's kind of a dickhead for no reason. He's the type of guy to blow that rainbow bubblegum strawberry air in your face. He's also the type of guy to ask you to pick him up in your car, then start hotboxing the out of your car, making your car smell like lemonade cupcake vape juice. At that point, trust me, make no mistake, I'm stopping that car and I'm kicking his ass out. And everyone knows the tricks the vapor. You know, the guy that be doing magic tricks with the vapor. Man is doing whole elastics with the air. Big man is manipulating the clouds he blows type. These men are expert vapors. They show addition to the vape factor or something. You always got the vaping is healthy guy. You know, the guy that tries to justify his vaping addiction by saying it's quote unquote healthy. The thing with these type of guys is that they either genuinely believe their own delusion or they know that it is bad for them, but since they're addicted to it, they will be in denial and say it's not that bad to vape.
Big man thing, yeah? You're a dickhead, bruv. And I don't know why nobody's ever told you this.
My brother, you're literally giving yourself an early first class ticket straight to the hospital bed. In fact, my guy, you're speed running death. And when you're there, try saying vaping is healthy again. And let's not forget that I'm not addicted guy. He tries to convince everyone, even himself, that he's not addicted to vaping. But at the corner of your eye, you see this man smacking 100 hits every second. You know yourself that you're addicted to hearing that brass, bro. Stop being in denial, bro. The people that sell the vapes are also part of the problem. They will literally sell vapes to anyone. And fair enough, they also want to profit, but come on. What makes it even worse is that social media is amplifying vaping to a whole new level. There is a whole culture with puffing on that stick, bruh. Influencers are making hitting the pen seem cool. Some influencers are probably getting paid to endorse these vapes. Me myself, I nearly joined this culture. I discovered a YouTuber named Fulcrum, and if you don't know who Fulcrum is, he's a YouTuber who makes videos of him getting faded. He be puffing on that USB stick anywhere and everywhere. This man be going anywhere to hit the pen, and he be saying his catchphrases like
faded than a hole, faded than a hole, faded than a hole. Benjamin City, shall we? Cheers, my friends. Man,
I loved it, man. His content of him smacking and living that good life got me hooked. So I wanted to try it because he was doing it. Luckily, the voice of reason persuaded me not to. It just gets to show that if your favorite influencers are doing it, you also feel compelled to do it as well. This is great news for the companies behind these devices. All this marketing was all part of their plan, and it worked out extremely well for them. They sold countless units around the world, and I know that revenue and profit they are generating are numbers that even you would dream of getting. Oh, for sure. You think these companies are producing vapes just to sell an alternative for smokers to quit? They're laughing off the people who think that way. They don't care about that. The whole time they wanted to sell their bars to everyone. These companies behind these vapes are money-hungry plebs trying to get a whole new generation hooked into nicotine. These companies want everybody to buy their products. It's evil and sinister. And at this current moment in time, their strategy has been working out from the last 5 years or something. And from the looks of it, they'll continue to sell more units. It's kind of evil if you ask me, but hey, any means necessary to generate revenue and make more money in it. So with all that being mentioned, your question might be, what is the solution to all of this? Well, flavored vapes needs to get banned or at least restrict the advertising. In fact, vapes shouldn't even be sold in shops. It should be prescribed to heavy smokers who want to quit smoking, and it can't be flavored, it has to be flavorless. This was the original purpose of a vape in the first place, so it should be used in that manner. Vaping in general is a pretty new field of research, so it'll take at least a couple more decades to know the full effects it has on your health. So it's better to avoid the repercussions than to use it risking having some type of unknown disease that you never anticipated. So in conclusion, man, just stop vaping, man. Just quit it. Just put that junk in the garbage. Anyways, if I miss anything in particular, just let me know in the comments down below, and join the Patreon or channel membership. And if you want to watch this video on screen right here, then by all means. Anyways, thank you for watching. Cheers, goodbye.